Alright, let's look at the homework 6, problem number 8. Alright, we have this given equation, x squared plus y squared is equal to 64. We want to determine if this equation specifies y as a function of x. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, first let's review the definition of a function. A function is a correspondence between two sets of elements such that to each element in the first set, which is called the domain, there corresponds one and only one. So this is actually the punchline. So there must be exactly one corresponding element in the second set, which is called the codomain. All right. So you can think of it as every x value you have to have exactly one corresponding y value. All right, so let's look at this equation. So I'm going to solve this equation for y. All right, so subtract x squared. So we have a y squared is equal to 64 minus x squared. Alright, then I'm going to isolate y, so I take the square root. So y is going to be, right, so whenever you take the square root, consider the positive version and the negative version, right, square root of 64 minus x squared, right? And you can see that there's a positive version and the negative version, so there are two separate formulas given for the y value. So which means that for a single x value, you're going to most likely to get two different y values. So therefore, this equation does not describe y as a function of x. All right, so let's type it in. So answer is no. All right, check the answer. All right, we got that. Right, second part, based on your answer above, provide either the domain of the function or value of x to which x there corresponds to more than one value of y. Right, so let's see. So we need to come up with a counterexample. Let's see, if you do x equals at 0, probably would that work? All right, so if you put the 0 here, right, so for 0, y squared has to be 64. So y is going to be plus or minus 8. So you have two separate y values. So counterexample, x equals 0 would work. All right, and here x equals 10, that doesn't quite work, because if you plug in 10 here, you have 100. So you have y squared is equal to 64 minus 100, which is going to be a negative value. So there's no real solution. All right, and x equals 8 doesn't quite work either, because if x is 8, that's 64. So y squared is equal to 0, then y is only equal to 0. You get only a single value. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, got that. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.